for this run I've got two pretty decently sized libraries, capping out at 57 people, but the workload is getting a bit screwed up because paper supply is not great. I do have, well I don't actually, never mind. Yeah, I thought I did. Yeah, when I've got paper, the proximity number is about 89–90%, which is actually decent because libraries don't really churn through a hell of a lot of paper. But when you're going to have a bigger library, which is something you're probably going to want because you want to get this experience multiplier up more and more to make the most of your human population, you're going to want to have this whole thing be optimized. I think the paper supply here is a big problem, so I'm gonna first of all just put down a warehouse here and import paper and try and cap out the paper storage just so that this isn't gonna confound anything. So I'm gonna have a side by side to compare there, but I'm also gonna start working on an actual library. It's gonna be 27v 33 maybe, and I'll work from there. These are kinda annoying because this is a really big blocky design. I mean, putting this thing down is kind of annoying. You can try doing something like this as well to overlap, but you're still gonna have workers over here that are on the inside and then over here on the outside very far away, so it's kinda hard. You could try and do a design a bit like this. I need to move a bit. So you could have something like this and then try and get a warehouse down here, and you would have basically a cross-shaped design, and you could even just put your warehouses down on the outside of it and all the workers would be in here and the paper would just be right off to the side around the outside of it. That would work too, but then you'd have massive dimensions to try and build around, which might not be great. And also this does kind of work, but it only leaves you 3 spaces in the middle, so you'd have to go a little bit bigger. So it's kind of annoying. Like, it's pushing you to just do another one of these where you put them like this and then flip them and then have a gap in the middle to put down the warehouses. So it's the same kind of thing again. But you can easily just fit 5 by 2, and I think this ends up being quite optimal. Yeah, I'm not sure about the pathing though, because when I was doing this with the admins, if you put down a really long warehouse, I think the way that the pathing works is that they have to just keep going around the interior of the building unless they get tasked with going outside of it, which I don't know if that's even a problem really, but if they're down here and they want to get paper, they might have to make quite a long trip, so I think it is important to keep these topped up quite well. So I think to do that you would probably want to have this interior warehouse not be upgraded, so that there's a lot of small stacks just all over the place, and then it's just about making sure that your transports can keep it constantly packed. And it's not bad here to fix up the structural integrity, because these corners work quite well. So I'm just going to do that, right? I'm going to fix this. And then if you want to build carpets later on, I don't know, it seems like you have a lot of space to work with here. Like, it's kind of a horrible build challenge, because having a lot of empty space is apparently actually desirable. So maybe you could use that and you would just have maybe even an external warehouse and have all of this workspace just be right on the edge. So maybe that's the way to go when you're designing these. Alright, let's think about this. If it's 50 workers for 5 of these, then you could just... Alright, I'm gonna get rid of all of this crap. Gonna have 5 of these like that. I'm gonna shrink it down. Alright, so that means we have the full 50 workers right on the edge on this side, and the doorways are going to be easy to place as well, like this. You're just putting them all over the place down there. And then it's just about packing this entire area with carpets, because you don't have any other choice. There's not another type of shelf or anything that you can use. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to start from the bottom and just pack the entire area and see how it does. So that's 92, but we still have to shrink down. So I'm going to do that. So that's 71. Right, so that entire area is packed and we're at 90, so it's clearly telling me to just shrink it down and try and fill up this back area with more. That's 97. Oh my god, look at that, 97. So we've got alright, where's Mother Library? That's here, right? Alright, where are the bookcases? It looks like I've gone with single thin. So when you use the smaller, thinner one like this, it keeps them all on the one side, and that works quite well, but then when you do this, it mirrors it. I think that works. Let's see if I can get away with any more. Nah. Nah. Alright, let's see if I can just squeeze some more. Nah, it's really forcing me to... Yeah, my god, it's making me do this. Well, it's going to be easy to make sure that there's always workers coming in right from their houses, but having paper access has not been solved, it's not been addressed. So maybe what you want to do is have the warehouse be inside it, and then have... I don't know. It's kind of an annoying one, isn't it? That was looking good though. I could just shrink this and then... Maybe what I'd want to do is have a 3x2 and have warehouses in the middle. I think that would be optimal for this. So that would alter their dimensions a lot though, that's the thing. Well, let's try it, 3x2. Alright. Three by 1, 2, 3, 4. 3x2, but that's sort of just encouraging me to go 5x2, isn't it? That's what this is making me do. So yeah, this is pretty much it. I've sort of reasoned my way to the exact same conclusion again, and I've got to make sure the structural integrity is sorted out now and just build from there. Yeah, I think I just had it with the admin design. This makes sure that there's a lot of paper with really good proximity, and I use the structural integrity that I've created in the middle out of necessity pretty much. I use that to just create space for a warehouse, and also there's carpet space from that. Yeah, I think this works fine. Just commit to this then, see how it does. Wait a minute. What is going on there? Oh, of course. Jesus, I need to shrink it again. Fucking hell. Ugh. Alright, well let's see what I can get away with in terms of the shrinking. Okay. And then back here. Wow. Wow, alright, well. This is what I've got to go with. Nah, there's something not right here. Jesus. Yeah, there's something up there. So on this side I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. On this side I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So it's actually balanced, the design. Goddamn. Surprising. So now it's just about building out the carpets. See how far this gets. 78%. So now it's got to be... Man, this is ugly. Alright, all the areas behind the shelves are filled, it looks like. So that takes us up to 89. And I'm going to build up to them. Alright, that's 91. And then it's going to be 92, 93, 94, 96, 97. And that leaves just the middle to work with now. Is there anything else I can squeeze out? Nah, does not like it. So it's going to be 100 workers, 150 knowledge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14. Shit. Yeah, that's 14 by 2 left open in the middle, which is not bad. I could try some pillar bullshit over here and see if that lets me free up any more space. Nah. Nah, it's not happening. Alright. So there's going to be about 14 by 2 left open in the middle. Yeah, I think that's it. So now it's just about shrinking it and building it. So with this design, the proximity to housing is not great, but the proximity to storage that has paper is very good. The worst possible trip is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 10 or 11 tiles from the worst place, and on average it's about 5 or something, assuming it's crammed. Alright, so I'm gonna put this down. It fits my grid design with some room to spare that can be used for benches, for example. And that can go down. Oh fuck, I didn't even get the doorways are fucked. So I've got to fix this. Alright, that pretty much does it. So we've got plenty of doorways. Can put this down now. Can get an import depot, a pretty big one. Get a transport. I think 4 of them should be fine. And then we build that shit. Cancel over there. Let this go up. So that's 100 workers, so that's really easy to remember and optimize. Should be pretty clean. Gonna need haulers to be bringing cut stone. Furniture requirement is low. Fabric requirement is low. And the gems you can just, yeah, it's not an issue. Then I'll carve this out. And I'll even just start on that right now. So this is just going to be another straightforward warehouse. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really neat actually, that's fine. 2 full-sized, single stack warehouses. And they should be able to reach it from both sides. Proximity on these libraries is usually 91%. On this one it's absolutely shocking at 8%. And I think that's because the paper is imported straight to there. Just keep importing this paper. Yeah, this will probably be done quite fast, and I'll be able to look at it soon enough. Yeah, I remember when I first started designing libraries, I was like, holy shit, this is a nightmare. I think it might have been simplified a little bit in recent patches. Already at 300 cut stone almost. Transport, import depot. Should be easy to inject paper into that new library and get some good results. This is the other schematic that I really need to just have optimized for good scalability, because I'll be able to put this down anywhere that there's human population housing. I'm not going to bother putting down any service buildings around this. Actually, maybe I should, because there's a well right up there and a hearth, so I'm just going to do a copy paste of that, mirror it over, and I can just go straight there. What about market and all that stuff? Yeah, that's fine. A lavatory. I can copy paste a lavatory. And that can just go there. Yeah, bring me my cut stone. We're almost halfway there just from, I think, transports bringing cut stone up to this side of the map. Because my masonry is away down here. What an absolute beast of a masonry is as well. Little bugmen are doing great. 0 education multiplier. Look at that overhead number, my god, what a pain in the arse. Yeah, my newly optimized design for this is way better. 82%. That is so shit. Yeah, with just about 80 workers I manage better results than what I'm currently achieving with this 150, 160 even. Ah, come on. Alright, now we're going. Bringing that cut stone straight up. Couple of trips and we should have enough. Reserving 170 right now. Transport's almost done. Import depot's almost done. We have some paper storage here as well, where it's needed. 91% proximity. That's actually really decent, but I think we could get better numbers. I don't think it even tells the truth really, because I've noticed, for example, with masonries, I'm being given an estimation on this of 628, right? And then when I click on this and go to production, we're consistently getting 700, so I've actually beaten what the game's telling me, so you can't really trust those numbers, it seems like. Like with my custom design admin, I was absolutely crushing with the output. Like I was managing 120% value with just 80 guys, I think in one of the 35s that I left up. So I don't know, I think it's not even really telling the truth. Like I think I can manage way better output of knowledge if I just have one good library. Like see if I was to, alright, 57 plus 25, that is 83. 82, I mean, whoops, Jesus. Yep, so with 82 workers, I'm getting how much knowledge? A target of 438, I think. Yeah, it says it there, I was adding them up. 438 from... It's good because I'm recording this and I can just go back and check the numbers one for one, instead of having to memorise it, but I'm just memorising it for the current train of thought. But I'll be able to just assign 82 workers. Is it 82? Can even just go to humans, libraries, yeah, 82. $438 target, knowledge is actually at 429, so we're just barely short of the target, and I think that may be partially because of paper. Pain in the arse, man. Yeah, that paper production is so shit and it just fucks this right up. Alright, we're going to be importing paper up to 100% capacity, and this giant import depot should be able to do that. Going to be taken from there, pumping into this internal warehouse. The cut stone should be pretty much done. Come on, fast forward. Yeah, we're getting there, 1200. One more trip of cut stone. Scan boat. And we just spent $1 million on paper. That's going to be what, 2,000 paper? No. 200 times 1,000 would be 200,000. I just spent 5 times that, so about 5,000 paper or something. Jesus, look at the fucking price. That is disgusting. Oh, grotesque pricing. And yeah, I think we have enough cut stone, but I'm going to leave a little bit of excess just in case. We're making wells and all this stuff, so yeah. Used all of my cut stone on this. And we have a warehouse right there that stores paper as well, but I just can't manage to store any. 430 target. Proximity is just way better on this one. Just need to put gems, furniture, fabric on this, and then we're good to go. But yeah, I think this is a really good design. It even looks powerful. You have all that dead space on the north and south, so you'd want to probably put this off to the side of your housing compounds, flush against them, so they can just go straight through and start work, just like this. Like, I'd probably even just want housing here as well, which I could manage, especially with all this cut stone that just keeps flooding up here. Yeah, I'll just do that. But with only, what is it, 100 people, you only need 25 full houses, so I can fill a library with just one block. So I don't even need to do this. Just gonna pause that. And I could even upgrade a few of these and that would do it as well, yeah. Now it's just furniture, fabric, gems. And to make sure this happens, I'm gonna put the proximity up on 20 workstations. I remember I had to put these down and just spam them, like an entire row of them, because it would just be one worker per workstation, but now you can drag this up and get everything you need. And there should be gems nearby as well, so it shouldn't be an issue. This should get built quickly enough. And this warehouse better get built. Could even put down a warehouse here. Yeah, I feel like it. Just in case we have loads coming in. Because I'm expecting a massive fucking flow of paper right into here in a second. Man, that price went through the roof there. Alright, this is almost built. Just need some gems and the construction can start. In the meantime, I'm going to be filling this with paper. Oh, they're doing it on their own, I think. Good. So we have all the paper that we're going to need for a while. That's 2,000. So we're going to get a few days of testing out of this. And that should also saturate these remotely. So I see a 92% here. That's pretty decent. Target is 430, 440. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to push this up. Something I could do is try lower numbers, so just put this down to 50, turn this off, and see how this one does. $50 workers, target is 270, that's about 5, just over 5 knowledge each. The experience multiplier should be decreasing this whole time. Yeah, we're kind of controlling for that because the first experience bonus you get is like 50 on a lot of industries. I think with libraries it's going to be more, maybe. Yeah, so 40 out of 50 and it gives us 243 target. Proximity is 86%. There's enough paper there to draw good data. 40 out of 50, target 243. Could just fast forward this, let it run for a while that gets built. And that's full of paper. Oh my god, it's just getting dumped into that. Yeah, that's getting built quickly. Target is 248, so the target is 5 knowledge per worker with a proximity of 86%. It's tempting to just let this run at full power and see how it does, but I want to get good results. So I'm going to do the 50 first, and then I'll try doing the 100. 248. Alright, turning this off in a second. We have a lavatory, a well, hearth. Some benches would probably help, because there's some up to the north, I think. So we'll get some benches here and Get some like for like results, see how this does. $253. Alright, so just over 5 each. And then for this, we're gonna upgrade it so it's like for like, and same again. Target 289, but it's yet to adjust for the new proximity numbers. So we'll see how this does. I think this could be a really good design, depends how the work is. But we'll see. We need to beat about 250. And like I said in Madman, optimization guide, with humans you really want to get as much output out of each worker as possible. It's really important. Alright, so they're living all over here as scribes. 256, 87%. Nah, that's not right, that's not right. Should be higher than that. But we are getting a better estimate, so we let the workload fix itself because it should be 100%, and then we'll know. Even if it's just 1 or 2% better than the previous designs, that's still worth it. Like, this is a good improved upgrade, because I'll be using, I don't know, see, for a full size set you're probably going to want dozens of these potentially if you're making enough paper, because some of those late game researches use up a lot of knowledge. So yeah, I'll let this run for a while and we'll see how it does. I think this has to be a big improvement. 256 target. Come on. See if this target goes above 260, I think I'll be happy. Because that library up to the north, it had some good conditions. So if it can be improved on at all, that's a really good thing. So we need another day of proper work to really know what we're dealing with here. And I want to see some trips to the interior, the core, to get paper and see how it does. Yeah, that looks really good. See, when they're just going straight there, getting paper and back to work, that's perfect, that's exactly what you want to see. That has to mean good performance. We don't see any redundant trips all over the place, like they're all staying in their workplace. We have a lot of people working. Where's the number for that? For the number of people working? Like you see on mines, I don't see it here. But, like, see when they're leaving to do something, like go to a well or a hearth or a lavatory, it's not far. Like, that's a scribe that's went up there, but you should have went here. Like, that one's went down here. But it is looking good so far. There's a guy going to a food stall all the way up there, a few of them doing that. 91. Target 268. Proximity 91, target 268. This is really good. This is an efficient use of human labourers that are educated and important. This is really good. And with only 50 people working, I'm managing to break even on knowledge, I think. Wait a minute, no, I don't know. My knowledge is 418 and my target's 268, so if I had 82, then let's see how we do with 82. Okay, so we're gonna need to wait another full day to see how this performs. We have 3000 paper, so we can run a good test. It's gonna be really quick to draw conclusions compared to the admin building design video. But yeah, look, the paper is just so accessible, they just run straight up and they've got it. There's even guys from other buildings using this paper. Look at that, it's mere seconds. Alright, we have 82 people working here now. Experience bonus of 0.1. Man, that's multiplying on top of a really efficient high proximity design as well. I don't know how much better you can really get than this, because this 91%, this is on par with these labs at 92. That's at 92, that giant lab there, 92. This is 92. 91, so... Oh, that one has 93. So, my best possible lab is 93, and this is 91. With the added logistics challenge of paper, this just shows how powerful this is. Accident. Okay, so if our knowledge is at 419 and the target is 452, it was higher a minute ago, it was at 470 or something. So with the same number of human workers, we have a higher estimate. Come on, I need more paper to come in, Jesus. Come on, man. Need more paper to get imported. We're at 89 now because I think they have to run over to the right a little bit. 442. Current knowledge 421, target 440. We were at 438. And now the target is back to 438 pretty much. So I need to let this run and see some improvement, because I'm not impressed at that. Alright, the paper's looking decent though. Target 442. Target 445. What? Proximity today 96%, 95%. There's more paper getting stored. It's still working, they're still just going straight there to get paper. So are other people. Target 443, 444. Man, it's fluctuating a lot. The fuck? They're having to go up there to get paper instead of here, and it might be screwing this up. So when you have this sort of a design, there's an importance and effective injection straight into... Man. The fuck is this? It's not being injected straight in. I set that up wrong. $443 is the target. We actually have 425. So we need more paper to be getting injected into this shit. Alright, well there it is. It's starting up. There's really not much paper being brought in. Alright, there's some stored. Man, that was a lot that was just dumped in there. Target 449, target 450. So maybe this is it. Currently got 425, targets 450. This is a big deal, because the whole point in this building is to convert paper into knowledge. And it's about getting as much knowledge out of as little paper. I mean, as few workers as possible as another overhead, because the paper to knowledge rate is fixed. There's a fixed amount of knowledge per paper, I think. So it's all about minimising the human capital cost, the labour cost. The material cost is fixed, the relationship is just linear, isn't it? So it's really all about minimising the number of workers, and I think we're managing that. We're supporting the paper throughput mostly, and it's just about having the layout be optimised so that humans can do the conversion as efficiently as possible, and it seems like we managed that. Target is 450 and we're just creeping up towards that. think this is better. If we get another 12 knowledge, 12 on top of 438, that is about 3% more efficient. So even if the proximity number isn't indicating it, I think this is going to be much better. Yeah, we're at 438 for a while. And I think this would stabilise at about 450 like it says. I think that's what this means. It's just about waiting for it to go up. Yeah. So once you've got these layouts, and you can use all of your human capital efficiently, it's just about having the paper reliably, and I think you can manage that with paper makers. That's the way to do it. I don't think it works to import paper really. It's just not. It's too volatile and the price just gets out of control. Like right now I'm paying 193. That's how shit it is. Target 445. Yeah, you really have to keep this thing stocked. So it's about having your paper makers feed your transports. That's really it. You just need to make sure you can keep up with the raw material that's needed, because if you don't have the raw material you just can't do it. And that's the wall I'm currently hitting here. I think a little bit of that was going on up here with these ones, but when your design is good, like I should really just get rid of these now and do this test properly, just like this. Oh, here we go, look. That's gonna get moved quickly. Yeah, it's getting stored. Target still 445. Yeah, I think this is more efficient. I don't think we would have had 445 with the other two that we had. I think we're falling short by quite a bit. Current paper usage with libraries is 300 per day. I'm not even producing that much with paper makers. But yeah, that's it. So I'm happy with this design and it's going to get saved. That is 100 scribes with an internal warehouse. That is 100 workers, internal warehouse, optimised. And this is another design I made along the same principle, I think. But it's only using 4x2. But it's the same thing. I think most of the time I would opt for the bigger one. But I think these ones on end have worse proximity with houses. And you could even just watch what they do. Like, see this? I don't really like that. I'd probably want to have this be up here, maybe. So I'd have a food stall which is right there, and they can just go straight up and get something to eat. There's definitely enough available workforce though. And I'm pretty much keeping up with the paper demand on this. Let's take a look at the admins. 117%. %, proximity 76. Yeah, so they're just wasting paper and workforce. I do think if I had this up, things would be better. Fuck, I want a simple one. Food stall. Yeah, I just want a simple one to see how it does. And this admin, still producing too much. Target 3,700, needed 4,000. Man, that paper demand is ridiculous. $450 target. Yeah, so it is definitely better. This is what I wanted. Mission accomplished. 100,000 saved up. Yeah, look at that sanity reduction, Jesus. I want to get this up and turn on and just see how this goes when there's some food available right there, because that trip up to there is a little bit bad. Like, see this market? This isn't a perfect place for the food stall. I probably want a food stall just right there. It's annoying. Fuck it, just try this then. Food stall, market. Target is still 450. Knowledge is currently at 435, so it's going to just keep going up a little bit for another while. And then we'll see how this really does. 1,000 paper stored, more coming in any minute. Look at all that pottery, my god. That's a lot of pottery stored in there to build this thing. Ridiculous. Come on, build that. $444 target because one guy's off sick. %, pretty decent. I think we had, what was it, 88% or 89% proximity before. Is that an eclipse? Or is that just the cloud thing? Yeah, everyone's getting deranged as well, that doesn't help. Oh my god, 400 pottery, holy shit, that is a lot. 400 pottery, 360 furniture, 240 cut stone. I forgot it was that absolutely substantial. That is ridiculous. Target 450 again. Oh my god, we're out of paper, look at that. There's only one thing to do if I want to prolong this test and see the results. Got to go to diplomacy, offer all of my crap. Just get some results here. 4,000 paper, let's go. I want to see how this does when it's actually fed properly and when there's a market right there. Because that's what they were taking the trip to do, they're just going to that market constantly, it's just... it's far away, causing issues. Going to the restaurant that's over here as well. Man. Yep, so when I see 3,000 paper coming in, that's when I'll know things are really happening. Man, this fucking cloud. Is this affecting that? Where is it? Labs, libraries. Oh my god, it's affecting it, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking up. Ah. So now I've got to do maths and figure this out. Fucking events. It's another 5%, so I'm gonna have to do subtraction to figure this out properly. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to just rely on this stupid number. Oh, this is even gonna use paper faster, isn't it? The hell is this? Is that some event? God damn it. Gonna have to wait for the paper and then look at this number and see how it does. Gonna just fast forward through this. Man, that's the event almost done. That took forever. That's a powerful event, by the way. That 10% lasts so long. But that's it. And the target is over 500 for some reason. Alright, now the target's 460, so from 438 to possibly 460, because I managed to force loads of paper to be imported. So this is this setup running optimally, right? We'll see how this changes, because see, with the 10% bonus, this was up to over 500 there. That is serious. So from that 82 people, we've managed to squeeze out 460, so that's, I think I had a estimation, well, the experience plus 10%, or not 10%, the additive 10, that will offset a little bit, I think, but I think we saw about, what was it, 5 knowledge per worker, and we managed to actually get up to 6 because we have 80 people producing 460, almost. So it is almost 6 knowledge per worker, so this is more efficient. Look at that. So I'm going to let this go for a minute. Look, 92%, proximity today of 95. And I see a guy going up to that well over there. Fair enough. Let's see if there's anyone else meandering around. No food here. Nah, everyone's doing what they're supposed to, staying there, doing the job. So let's just zoom right in, get the best speed we can, and try and let a day pass maybe and see how this goes, because this is definitely better. 92%, we actually are on par with labs that are right up against the housing. We've actually managed it. We've got lab performance out of a library via internal warehouse. That is special, and this is a hell of a... This would be a good thumbnail for the video. This library there, just... Man, that is good. So that's it. Mission accomplished. Look, they're all either at work or in their houses there, watching execution, using the toilet. Also, guys, go over and go to the speaker as well. Targets went down a little bit. Still way better than what it was though at 438. So yeah, that's a success. That is a good schematic. I'll be using this. This is scalable as well. Like, I think with any size of city, you could probably start out with this and get away with it and just add workers to it, like I'm doing here right now. But if you have a mega city, like a full map city, the biggest possible city with like 15,000 people, I think this works for that as well. It's just about setting up transports and injecting paper into the design over and over again. But yeah, that's a mission accomplished. Proximity 0.91. That's maybe almost as good as it gets. Don't know how you'd squeeze out much more from this. Like, that's basically lab performance right there. Look at that. They're all working basically, just almost no exceptions. So yeah, that's really good. I'm satisfied. I can take my city to the next level now. And my girthy cannibal run. That's what I needed to sort out. I've got labs working, they're perfect as they are because they don't need an internal warehouse. And now I've got admins, and I've got libraries. And of course the paper maker schematic to feed this is also optimised with internal warehouses. And injecting paper into that, I mean injecting wood into that with transports is going to be really easy. Because I know how all that logistics stuff works at this point. So yeah, that's it. Efficient libraries. Scale as you wish. that warehouse that just stretches all the way along, I don't know, I think I'd stop at about 15 or 20 long. I wouldn't want to do much more than that. Like, if I was going to have a library 30 wide, I mean internally, like an internal 30 wide warehouse space, I would think about just leaving gaps every 15 so that the pathing doesn't get screwed up too much. Like, if you're going to have a giant, maximally wide room that's like 50 wide, I would split the warehouse at that point into 2 halves, maybe even 3 pieces. But for 4 or 5 library shelving units, I think having just one warehouse that's really wide at like 15 or 14, I think that's acceptable. Not bad.